Well, Ben, the order paper this afternoon was a bulky one, and members were expected to talk among a lot of issues, including 5 bills that were supposed to be read for the first time, undergoing their first reading. 3 motions were on the order paper, as well as 2 different reports that were supposed to be discussed. But unfortunately, that will not happen. The House has adjourned until tomorrow, 11 a.m., for the sole reason of lack of quorum. And Kenya in particular has been found a culprit of that. Out of the 9 members who represent Kenya here at the East Africa Legislative Assembly, only one of them was present, I beg your pardon, Honorable Mumbi Ngaru, who joins us now live to talk about what specifically happened just a few hours ago. The House was actually adjourned following a request that she had raised at the floor of the Assembly. Thank you so much for speaking to KTN News. What was the issue? You brought up an issue on quorum. There are no Kenyan members. EALA nominees list in Kenya still hangs in the balance. What's happening?
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I'm normally not a very controversial member, so I caught all the members unawares. And you were here when the business of the House commenced. But in the reports, among the reports that were tabled in the House, is an amendment of the rules and procedure of the House. And in those amendments, there is a proposal to have the Assembly sit with a quorum of 3 partner states, forming a quorum. I found that a bit difficult as a country, because that means if only 3 partner states are present, then the business of the Assembly can continue. Currently, like you have correctly said, the Assembly has 9 partner states. We have Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, and Burundi. All the partner states are required to be present. But if you have a third from every partner state, the business of the House continues. If you have one country that doesn't have the required minimum of 3, then there is no quorum. I took into account the fact that I was the only member from Kenya. If those rules are adopted by the House, it fundamentally changes the rules and the procedure of the House. That means that even in the next parliament, if only 3 members members from 3 partner states are sworn in, the business of the House can continue. I have said it to you many times. In this bunge, we talk. You also have to check on the interests of the country. That is why we are here. That's why we are Kenya representatives. Mm-hmm. I also want you to check from your own records, because I've seen you in this assembly quite a number of times. Kenya is the only country in here that has done its full contribution, 100%. How then do you allow other partner states to continue with the business of the House with their arrears spending, and Kenya is not there?
Yeah, but so, you raised a point. Indeed, yeah. It does contribute a lot, but unfortunately today, most there. But before we wind up, the issue of nominations to the Regional Assembly is a very hot topic back in Kenya. Some of the members who are absent here today are actually campaigning. Yeah. Some of them are in that list yet to be vetted by Parliament. You are a one-term member who was nominated by ODM, I believe. Yes, I was. But your name has not appeared in this new list.
I know. So but that means I am on duty up to the 4th of June, and I have the country's interest at heart. That's the difference. If I didn't raise it, so where was Kenya? Would you allow the other partner states just to do your country in because you're not coming to the 4th EALA?
Okay, finally.
I'm not that kind of a member. I'm responsible.
All right. Maybe perhaps finally. the laws dictate that at least a third of members should be represented.
Yeah.
Initially, you were the only member at the House this afternoon.
Yeah.
The Speaker did a recess of 15 minutes to try and find out where the other members were.
Yeah.
We were able to spot at least one Kenyan member, Honorable Sarah Bonaya, who was at the chamber when the recess was there. But then after the chamber resumed for the second sitting for another quorum count to take place, she was nowhere to be seen. So some of the members might say this could have been sabotage from Kenyan members to stall the process from taking place. What say you?
You know, I am not caring about what other members say. Even if Sarah walked out to sabotage, she is a Kenyan. She has the interest of Kenya at heart. Bottom line. We have seen other partner states do that. Nobody ever accused them. In 5 years, it's only Kenya that has never done this kind of a thing. I am the least controversial, and so nobody expected it from me. But that doesn't mean I'm a politician. That doesn't mean to let go. So I think that's small talk as far as I'm concerned.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable. Ben, that was EALA member from Kenya, Honorable Mumbi Ngaru, who is speaking to us in regards to the issue of quorum. Now, just a quick run through. There are 9 members representing Kenya. Only one was present. 2 were cited but walked out of the session when the second count was taking place. Some of the members who are not on this, who were not present today, include Honorable Zain Abubakar, who is in that NASA list that is yet to be debated and approved by both houses of Parliament. We have others like Nancy Abisai, who we did spot a few minutes ago, but she wasn't there during the count, who is serving her final term. So most of the members who were not present are actually back at home. Issues of campaigns still ongoing. Judith Pareno, who is the national chair for the ODM for the National Elections Board, is one of the members who is a member from Kenya. She has not been present over the last 2 weeks. So it appears that the issues surrounding the stalling of the nominations of Kenyan members is affecting business in this particular house. This is a house that was also supposed to discuss the $110 million budget that was read last week. That may not happen if quorum is not met. So Kenya is, of course, issues affecting Kenya directly affecting the house business today specifically, and perhaps this week if it will not have been resolved in good time, Ben.